Hey everyone, it's Ronnie. It's kind of late at night. I just thought I'd make a little video. I've been watching, I don't know if any of you have been watching, do any of you follow Jeff Nelson? So Jeff Nelson uh, runs, I think, a website called VegSource and a YouTube channel, and has a conference called VegSource, or I think it's called the VegSource Actually, I don't know the real name of it, but I guess it's the VegSource Conference or something. And a lot of great footage on that channel from different debates and talks at at that that place conference from all these different vegan doctors and stuff. And it's interesting because he's been coming out quite a lot recently with videos attacking various of the vegan doctors, like Dr. Greger, Dr. Furman, Joel Furman. These are all guys with like pretty substantial followings and quite famous really in the world of vegan diet and things like that. And you know, Dr. Greger is like becoming really mainstream. Like his book is everywhere. If you go into your local bookshop, you will find How Not to Die and How Not to Diet. You will definitely find those books in your local bookshop. So he's like becoming mainstream, and it's kind of amazing to me how fast all this is. Anyway, that's a different video. How fast that's went mainstream. And so Nelson is making all these videos, and it's interesting because Nelson is kind of Jeff Nelson is kind of in the same mindset as me when it comes to a lot of dietary stuff. He eats a cooked vegan diet, I don't. But I eat a vegan diet, a raw vegan diet. But like, I'm not a big fan of Jeff Nelson. Like back in the day, Doug Graham used to be on the VegSource website. So Doug Graham used to have a forum on VegSource that he curated for many years. I don't know what the deal was there, but Doug had a forum and he answered questions for free every day for years and years and years, and that used to be the place that people would go to kind of connect with Doug and get answers to all these raw food questions. And obviously Jeff Nelson at some point fell out with Doug or whatever. It was all around the time that a lot of shade started being thrown on Doug by like Durian Rider and people like that started to hate on Doug and all that stuff. Some of you guys don't know all that story, so I won't go into it right now. But Doug was getting attacked by a lot of people, and then Jeff Nelson attacked him as well and threw him off the website and made some videos that were kind of just silly videos. It didn't really make Jeff Nelson look all that good, and what have you. What have you. Didn't really make Jeff Nelson look good, and obviously didn't make Doug look good either, but and I just thought it was a bit childish, you know. He came across at that point as kind of a childish guy that clearly hadn't really, I don't know, it seemed like he hadn't really fully investigated the situation, and at that time, and it's funny because he took Durian Rider's side, as many people did at that time, and then he attacked Durian Rider later, as many people did at the time later on as well, so that's all funny. And anyway, I think he's come out over the years with like much more detailed videos, his own opinions, because before I think he was just sharing all these doctors' opinions, and so he's basically, there's all these videos on his channel about Joel Furman lying about DHA and about nuts. It's funny to me. Like, it's funny because it's like all this intricate dietary information stuff, and everyone's having a big argument over it. But I kind of feel I basically agree with Jeff on most of it, which is like the idea that nuts are extending people's lives and things like that is, to me is a little bit silly. Yeah, for sure, probably if you're on the standard diet, if you're eating nuts, like you're probably a little bit more health conscious than the average person, so that's probably a good thing. But it's not the path to like health eating a nut based diet or whatever. And then when we look at the DHA thing, apparently there's, Joel Fuhrman sells the DHA supplement, so there's some kind of little bit of conflict of interest there in terms of his analysis of the science on all that. But basically, I like what Jeff's doing. I kind of don't like how he's attacking people in this way and whatever. I don't know. This he's been doing this for a while, being controversial and whatever, I guess, for views and everything. But basically, I think that he is right. I'm not surprised that he's looked into this and he seems to suggest there's not information saying nuts, are extending people's lives or helping them protect them for heart disease, and that DHA isn't a thing. And I just don't like any of this stuff in the vegan community, and I think that he's basically trying to do for cooked vegans what I'm often trying to do for raw vegans, which is basically say, you don't need all these supplements. Like, this is not important. And what's so funny to me is that when Joel Fuhrman came back with a defense, it's the same thing that people say about me or to me if I tell people like, oh, you don't need to worry about all these supplements and things like that. So maybe you can check out some of those videos from Jeff Nelson about nuts, about DHA, and he's got other things going back, but it's still a real problem to me. One of the big problems, this is what a lot of these guys don't understand, like Joel Fuhrman, within the raw vegan community, Don Bennett, all these people, when people come into this lifestyle and are just kind of opening up to it and they're interested maybe in changing their diet, and you say, hey, here's all these supplements you need to take, that is the wrong, that's just wrong. That's pushing people away. That's telling them this is too complicated, too difficult. Go back to that other thing you were doing. That's giving them the wrong message. That's telling them, oh, you didn't need supplements before, but now you do need them. And these people are taking advantage of the fear, of the openness, of the mindset that people are in when they're coming towards vegan and raw vegan diet, which is they're open to the idea that they require supplements, and they're expecting to be told that. And I was probably the same, Now I never bought a supplement, but if I'd found someone that and was attracted to their message and everything, and they were selling supplements, I probably would have got some myself. But I came across people that suggested to me that you don't need to worry about supplements when you're on a healthy diet. You should worry about them maybe if you're on an unhealthy diet. This is a healthy diet. These are healthy foods. Vegan diet, healthy version of vegan diet, raw vegan diet. This is a much healthier version. It's so funny to me when I still hear people say, oh, my children wanted to go vegan and I just had to make sure that, or my children went vegetarian and I had to like really be concerned about it and make sure they were getting enough of this and that. I'm like, wait, you weren't concerned when they were eating like dead animal body parts and dairy products and animal excretions? Like you weren't concerned at that point? Why? Because everyone else is doing it, despite the fact that everyone else is developing chronic disease doing it. Ridiculous. Truly, truly, truly ridiculous. This is the state that the human race is in, where people follow this terrible diet. Like, I was recently at a little dinner table, and I was eating 7 bananas, and someone said, a doctor, and they said, oh well, something like, well, you wouldn't be able to do that if you had kidney disease, or something like that, or you should watch out to doing that. We wouldn't be able to give that to someone with kidney disease, or whatever it was, something about kidney disease. When it comes, and like that's too much potassium for whatever. And it's embarrassing for me. It's embarrassing that people have bought into this nonsense. It's embarrassing that people think that that bananas are particularly high in potassium. They've got potassium like virtually all plant foods. All plant foods, let's just say it, all plant foods have potassium. All fruits have a high level of potassium. But even then, high level compared to what? Compared to animal products that like don't have enough for us? You know what I mean? Compared to, but bananas have less potassium than potatoes, and I saw other people at the dinner eating potatoes. I didn't see her say anything about the potassium level in their diet. But the potassium level of healthy foods, fruits, vegetables. So the world thinks that a fruit diet is deficient. The world thinks that a vegan diet is deficient. And you're capitalizing on that fear, on that bias by selling them supplements and by selling them coaching program or whatever, where you're going, or some kind of test where you're going to test them for deficiencies and sell them some more supplements. You know, you're capitalizing. So I don't mind people capitalizing. I just prefer it if it's truth. I actually don't even mind people capitalizing on things that are bogus. Like it's kind of like buyer beware. You know, you should educate yourself. If people are going to buy protein powder thinking it makes them stronger, I don't mind that. Like in a sense, like it's totally dumb. It's totally crazy that someone would think that. But people buy into magic, you know, and you gotta let people buy into what they want to buy into, I guess. It's sad, but there are loads of young guys whose fear is that they're not getting enough protein or whatever, and that is what that emotion is what the supplement industry, the protein powder industry, is all about. It's all about the emotion in mostly young guys, that they're not big enough, strong enough to be attractive, to be a popular man or whatever. That's the deep down psychological, painful, vulnerable fear, emotion. And it's the same kind of thing when people come into the raw vegan climate and raw vegan scenario. They've got that fear that it's deficient, it's not enough, they're going to be hungry, they're not going to get enough food, blah blah blah. And some people are meeting those people at the door and saying, here's all your supplements. And they're going, okay, I don't think I want to be part of this party. I don't think I want to come in here. This is too difficult already. I don't want to give up all this stuff, and now you're telling me I need to replace it with supplements that are really expensive, you know. So we need to stop with that message. Hey, you need to have all these supplements. It's nonsense, you know. And the DHA thing, it's just like, is when vegans start to promote these things, you're just giving the whole animal apologist movement or whatever, the people that actually are still trying to make believe that meat is healthy, you're giving these people ammunition. You're saying, look, even these vegan doctors are saying you can't be a vegan without getting dementia unless you take DHA. And you go into a care home with people who have all got dementia, find one of them that's a vegan, a lifelong vegan. Find one that's even a vegetarian. I wouldn't be surprised if there's vegetarians, because they eat so much dairy products that it's probably worse for them than eating meat. But I don't know. That's one of my main things is we need to think about helping the people, growing this movement. Stop thinking about ourselves and our own little thing. Think about helping people. How do we reach out to more people? How do we help this society make a change? We need to give people confidence in this lifestyle. You might need to take a supplement at some point, but your priority should be getting away from the diet that causes disease. So I'm happy to admit you may need to supplement at some point. You may need to supplement something. Hopefully you take your doctor's advice and you get whatever testing you require and whatever. But the most likely thing is that you're going to develop disease because of the standard diet, not because of a vegan diet, not because of a raw vegan diet. So why the hell would we say to people, hey, you need to take all these supplements? This diet's not healthy, you better take supplements. That's basically what you're saying. And when these guys are selling supplements to make a living, like it's just, I don't even think that's what Joel Fuhrman does. I don't think he probably makes that much money from selling supplements. I don't know. But or maybe he does, I don't know, but it comes from this fear mindset. This fear, this deficiency thing. And it's sad, it's like they still think that there's something missing. But we need to really get this message to people, like, and every vegan and raw vegan, you have to be confident about this. You can't, when someone says to you about, oh, but you're not getting enough cholesterol in your diet, you need to know that they're talking a lot of nonsense. Like people like Elise, Tim Sheaf, Megan Elizabeth, all these people that went ex-vegan, Ravana, I'm sitting here like, did you guys not even have the basic education in nutrition to realise that all those people that are telling you to eat meat are full of bullshit? Like, don't understand the basic, haven't even read a nutrition textbook, haven't read the basic stuff, the basic chapters. DHA, this is all nonsense. Oh, you need cholesterol to make testosterone. Like, that is, you are the dumbest person if you believe that stuff. That is dumbness on a high level. You need to have that for dumbness at a high level. So, that's a little bit of a rant. Yeah, Jeff Nelson. Jeff Nelson is like the fruity ronster of the cooked food movement. You know what I mean? So, anyway, all these guys need to go raw. Like, every single one of these guys needs to wake up. That's what it all comes down to. We need to move. The cooked food is not. I don't know. What can I say? Why are any of you still on it? Get away from the cooked food. It's not leading you towards anywhere good. It's addictive as anything, and I don't know. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Just a late night video, and we'll get better. Don't worry, these videos will get better.